like and subscribe!
In this video I will be ranking every TDS starter tower based on how effective they are in the game with or without other towers. Starting with Soldier, I put it in B tier because it is a good early and mid-game tower but doesn't have any buffs to other towers. Then I have Scout, I put it in C tier because it is a good early game tower and okay mid-game tower but not as good as Soldier in my opinion. The next tower is Paintballer. This tower is a meme because it's so bad but they did buff it a little bit a while ago, so I will put it in C tier. The next tower up is Demoman. This tower you are forced to buy, but if you joined before the tutorial like me you had the choice to buy it. I put it in B tier because it does okay DPS and is a solid early and mid game tower with its splash damage. The next tower is Sniper. I put it in C tier because it is a good alternative for Ranger if you don't have it, but like Ranger, Sniper has a very slow fire rate so it cannot be relied upon to solo kill. The last tower is Hunter. This tower some people have recently been saying was the worst tower in TDS. I think it could be, and I put it in C tier because it is an okay sniping tower, but just like Sniper it doesn't have a good fire rate by any means. In this video I will be ranking every TDS intermediate tower based on how effective they are in the game with or without other towers. Starting with Crook Boss, I put it in a tier because it is a very good early and mid-game tower but doesn't have any buffs to other towers. Then I have Medic. I put it in S tier because it can heal every tower in its range from stuns. The next tower is Farm. This tower gives you money, so I put it in S tier. The next tower up is Military Base. I put it in C tier because it does okay damage with its cars and is an okay early and mid-game tower. The next tower is Pyromancer. I put it in B tier because it is a good crowd control tower but can't handle high HP enemies. The next tower is Trapper. I put it in a tier because it is a good crowd control and DPS tower to kill many bosses at max level. The next tower is Freezer. This tower stuns other towers, so I put it in a tier. The next tower is Rocketeer. This is a good splash damage tower that does a lot of damage, so I put it in a tier. The next tower is Shotgunner. This is an overall mid tower, so I put it in B tier. The next tower is Ace Pilot. This tower got reworked and it is better now, so I put it in B tier. The last tower is Militant. This tower is mid to, so I put it in B tier. In this video I will be ranking every TDS advanced tower based on how effective they are in the game with or without other towers. Starting with Commander, I put it in S tier because it gives fire rate buffs to other towers. Then I have DJ. I put it in S tier because it can give buffs to every tower in its range like Commander. The next tower is Pursuit. This tower along with Minigunner, Turret, and Ranger, I put in a tier because they are good DPS towers. The next tower up is Electroshocker. I put it in a tier because it stuns and slows down other towers. The next tower is Warden. I put it in a tier because it does good damage with a good stunning ability. The next tower is Cowboy. I put it in a tier because it gives you money while doing damage. The next tower is Mortar. This tower is a good splash damage tower with flying tower other towers, so I put it in a tier. The next tower is Gatling Gun. This is a good DPS tower but isn't that good unless it is controlled by a player, so I put it in B tier. The last tower is Merc Base. I put it in B tier because it is a good spawn tower that gives damage buffs. In this video I will be ranking every TDS hardcore tower based on how effective they are in the game with or without other towers. Starting with Brawler, this tower is 1200 gems. I put it in a tier because it does good damage with a good stunning ability like Warden, but it does better damage, so it is basically a better Warden. Then I have Excel. This tower along with Engineer I put in S tier because they are both among the best DPS towers in the game. The last tower up is Necromancer. I put it in B tier because it spawns skeletons as an ability, but it is not good until its max level. And that concludes this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. In this video I will be ranking every TDS event tower based on how effective they are in the game with or without other towers. Starting with Executioner, this tower is great for a lot of things in TDS like crowd control, DPS, and cost. I put it in a tier because while it is great at all of those it isn't insane at anything. Then I have Elf Camp. This tower is great for the sheer spamming of the elves, so I put in a tier. The next tower up is Biologist, I put it in B tier because it is basically another Necromancer, and then have Toxic Gunner. This tower is good because it slows down enemies while doing damage, but it has gotten nerfed since its release, so I put it in B tier. The next tower is Swarmer, just for the fun of it I put it in S tier. The next tower up is Harvester. This tower is good because it makes farms do damage while it is also doing damage, but it isn't great, B tier. The next tower is Snowballer. This tower and Halo Punk are an automatic C tier for obvious reasons. Elementalist and Commando are just mid, like they aren't as good as the top towers in their field, but not as bad as the bad ones, B tier. Then I have Archer, just like Snowballer, C tier. Sledger, Frost Blaster, and Kuromancer are all freezing towers, but I think Kuromancer is the worst of them, so I will have Kuro in B tier and Frost Blaster and Sledger in a tier. Gladiator and Slasher I put in a tier because they are both good speedrun towers. Firework Technician, this tower is a mystery to me, but it does work, B tier. The last tower is Jester. This tower throws bombs with different abilities and does kind of everything, A tier.